Folks, I want to share a story with you today. A little story time. This isn't a prison story, but this is a story nonetheless. And this is something that just happened yesterday, so I want to tell it to you while it's fresh. Nonetheless, while it's fresh. I want to begin this by saying I've got a confession to make. There's something I need to confess. That rhymed as well. Something I need to confess, and this is something that's been brought to my attention for quite some time now. And that is that I have gotten fat. I'm almost ashamed to have to admit that. It's embarrassing to look at myself in the mirror. There's different levels to the fatness. When I came home from prison, I was super lean, had that soccer physique going on. I wasn't the biggest guy at all, but I definitely worked out. And I probably had zero body fat on me whatsoever. But you know, when you're out here in the free world, you start to eat better. You're eating good. You're eating all sorts of stuff that's gonna make you get fat, especially if you don't do no working out. And then on top of that, I smoke a lot of cigarettes, and that's definitely something that's not good at all. I'm very concerned about my health. I'm 36 years old. I need to take better care of myself. Ever since buying this house, all of this mail has been coming in from the mortgage company telling me that I need to get life insurance. And it's not because they care about my well-being. They want to make sure that if I die, that this mortgage is paid off. You know, I got to be honest with you, that is the most thoughtful thing in the world. I have gotten fat. And the levels to this go like this. You come home, you're slim, you're in good shape, and then you start to slack off. Life takes a hold. Life happens. Then you get that dad bod. Folks, I have gone from prison fit to dad bod, and now I'm looking like a single pregnant mother. I don't know why I said single pregnant. I look like I'm a pregnant woman, for God's sakes, and I don't want to look like that. It's been a realization that I've had as of late. It's been about 2.5 weeks now. I'm going on my 3rd week that I've been working out. I've been taking better care of myself. I haven't drunk a soda in like 2.5 weeks. I'm still smoking. That's probably not helping me at all, but I've been working out. I've been doing my push-ups and I've been running. And the story that I want to share with you guys today is about what happened to me yesterday on my jog when I was getting my Forrest Gump on. And it is quite embarrassing. And it also had me pretty mad. And you know, I gotta be honest with you, when this happened, I didn't know how to react to this. And thank God I didn't, because that could have ended very badly as well. A couple of other confessions to make real quick. I guess we're just having a heart-to-heart right now. I don't have a lot of people that I get a chance to speak with. I speak with all of you. You guys are my Dr. Phils out there. I'm looking like a pregnant woman at this point. I need to take better care of myself. I smoke and definitely smoke too much. I need to quit that altogether. I've tried many times and failed many times at that as well. And I've also got some issues. I've got some mental issues, paranoia being one, social anxiety being another. Always feeling like I'm being watched. I'm always being subjectified to the opinions of probably nobody. Figments of my imagination is probably all that it is. It's hard to do things in public when you already kind of don't have the, what's the word, the self-esteem. That's it, the self-esteem. It's hard to go out there and work out and jog when you feel like people are looking at you. Oh, look at this guy, super out of shape. What's he got no business jogging. He ought to be jogging with a cigarette in his mouth as much as I be seeing him out there smoking. It's very easy to get embarrassed. It's probably just as easy to get discouraged when you're trying to get back into getting right, getting fit, getting prison fit out here in the free world. That's what I'm trying to do. But like I said, it's been a good 2 going on 3 weeks. This is my 3rd week that I've been dealing with the workout. And the story happened yesterday. It was yesterday, just another day. Except it was sunny outside. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, so any days that we get that are sunny, that's a good day. It's been sunny. It was a good day to go out there and jog. I didn't do any working out the day before. I needed to work out. I knew it. I was feeling it. I had that urge to go out there and run. I got dressed up in my jogging attire, which is just a pair of gym shorts, a t-shirt, and some shoes, and some sunglasses because it was sunny outside. And I go out there. I just do it like a Nike ad, because if I put it off at all, I was thinking about putting it off, and I knew if I did that, I wasn't gonna do it. So I got dressed, went out there, started running. Now folks, there's something I gotta tell you about Joe's jog game. My jog game is only a step above an old woman in a mall hitting that power walk at 10 o'clock in the morning. You ain't got nothing better to do but to be power walking up in the mall with your cassette player on. They don't even make cassettes anymore. But shit, they doing more than I'm doing. So maybe that's why I'm salty. Ain't about the cassettes. My jog game is only a notch above an old woman in the mall doing the power walk. But you know what? Anything beats a blank. Anything beats a blank. Meaning that any effort you put toward doing something good, is effort nonetheless. Now, as I'm hitting my jog, I don't really jog too far. I've been doing this, like I said, for the 5th time, about 3 weeks, going on that 3rd week. And usually I'm only running, boy, I got them shoulders bouncing. Usually I'm only running like a lap around the neighborhood. That might be a mile. When I first started, I only took the short lap, which was probably like a 1/4 of a mile, might not even have been that. But now I was up to running full laps around the neighborhood, and that's a long run, especially for a guy that smokes cigarettes. And something they tell you when you jog is you got to control that breathing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. I don't be doing none of that. Only controlling my breathing I'm doing when I'm running. I'm going to break a sweat filming this, but this is a workout nonetheless. The only controlling of that breathing I do is, I probably got lung cancer, maybe even borderline emphysema, definitely have a shortness of breath, never smoke cigarettes. That's my PSA for you guys today, my good piece. When I control that breathing, that's about as deep of a breath as I can take. But every so often, I'm able to get that gasp. It's the best controlling of the breathing I can do. But I'm able to maintain that at least, to make that full lap around the neighborhood. And you know, anytime when I'm running, this is a confession right here, anytime I'm running and I see somebody outside, I step it up a notch. I want to make sure that when they're watching me, I look like I'm a runner. I'm a jogger. I look like I'm in that Boston Marathon. I belong on these roads running. I don't want to look ridiculous. I guess that's the best way to put it. And then I also want to make sure that they know that I am legit jogging. Because again, that paranoia and that social anxiety. Sometimes when I see people when I'm running, I think that they're thinking about me. What is that guy? Is that supposed to be jogging? He's not jogging. That guy's looking for homes to break into. I have never seen him out here before. Who is this? I need to call now. Barbara, call 911 right now. We've got a burglar in the neighborhood. Already breaking a sweat, getting that heart rate up. So as I'm running and I see people outside, I like to step it up a notch. Get past their house, and it's back to grandma's in the mall. That's the run game. I'm already out of breath filming this. I don't want people to think that I don't belong. I'm the new neighbor. They probably have never seen me. I don't want to be misrepresented or stereotyped as a burglar. God, that'll probably end up wrong. They call the police show up, I'm running. Suspect is on the run, he's on foot. Be on the lookout for an imposter jogger. Probably would not end well. I need to make sure that if people are watching me, which they probably very well aren't, that I belong, that I look like I belong. Well, folks, as I was out there jogging yesterday, I would have 3 different encounters with people outside. And the first one would begin with these 3 young kids, probably 12 to 14 years old, maybe older, who, I don't know, I wasn't paying them too much attention, but these would be the first folks that I would run up on. And these kids, it was 2:30 in the afternoon, these kids were outside shooting basketball, and one kid was sitting on the trunk of the car. And as I'm running up to run past, you know, I'm thinking to myself, what these kids doing out of school? Is school out at 2:30? I don't know. I used to get out at like 2:15, so maybe they are. I can imagine my run game looks super cringe. But as I notice these kids outside, I need to make sure that I look like I'm a jogger, because the worst fear I got right now is a number of them. 1, I don't want these kids to start making fun of me. That's going to take all the wind out of my sails or out of my lungs right then and there. So I step it up. We got a new run now. It's the fight game run. I'm running past these kids. They don't say nothing to me, but as I'm running past them, I'm having another thought. I don't want to look at these kids because I don't want to look like the neighborhood creep. I'm going to look like a straight up pedo out here if I even look in their direction. Or if I look in their direction, they might start making fun of me. I might be able to see their lips moving and I just know right then and there that they're talking about me. So I look in the other direction. But guess what's in the other direction, folks? An open garage door. So as I'm not trying to look at these kids and look like some sort of a guy who drives a panel van, I look next door, there's an open garage door. Oh my God, I'm looking like a burglar. Let me get right past this situation. Somebody's Ring app is capturing me right now. I have been posted all over that neighborhood community on Ring. Who is this imposter of a jogger running through this neighborhood? He was looking at my open garage door. I'm telling y'all folks, I've got some issues. This is probably all in my head. But this is absolutely the type of stuff I think. And you know, you might think to yourself, Joe, you must be doing drugs or you are super paranoid. What are you doing wrong to be paranoid? I'll admit this. I truly believe it is from a lifetime prior of drug abuse that has caused these problems that'll probably never go away. But moving on, we're running. Got past the kids, no problem. They don't say nothing to me. They ain't inside playing Fortnite. Shout out to these kids. And I begin to come up on the next person, the next encounter. The next person that I notice is a man outside getting on his Toro Bronco lawnmower. He's putting his AirPods in his ears. This dude is straight flexing on the neighborhood. I got a push mower. 90% of the people in this neighborhood have lawn care services who mow their grass for them. 8% of the people in this neighborhood probably have riding lawn mowers, and then the other 2% are people like me who got a freaking push mower, and it takes them 3 hours to cut their grass. I cut my grass 2 weeks ago. It took me 3 hours with a push mower, 2 full tanks of gas. As I'm running up on this guy, I notice he's got that brand new candy apple red Toro Bronco lawnmower that I've been looking at on the Home Depot website. I've been watching videos about that thing. $13.99 is how much that thing costs. This dude is flexing. Putting the AirPods in, he's ready to cut his grass in relative ease, comfort. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. Step it up, Joe. We got to look like we're supposed to be out here. And you got the AirPods at that. Man, you can listen to your music, kick your feet up, you cutting your grass. That ain't taking you no time. I really want one of those riding lawnmowers. I continue on, passing this guy, and he carries on about his business, cutting his grass. I'm coming up to the final stretch of my lap. I'm almost there. I've been thinking about quitting ever since I stepped out of the driveway. Joe, just walk back to the house. Forget this workout. It's 2019. It's okay to look like a pregnant woman. And you're a man. It's hard to keep running because you're going to constantly think about just stopping and walking. But I don't stop. And now I can't stop. Not only am I in this final stretch, I'm coming up upon the third encounter. And folks, this is going to be the real doozy right here. I'm coming up on 2 kids, young kids. They're probably like 10 years old. I don't know. And I'm thinking to myself, why ain't these 2 kids in school? But then I realized it's spring break, so that explains a lot. One kid's riding his bicycle, the other kid's standing in the front yard. And as I get closer to these kids, I got to step it up. Can't be looking like no creep out here. Got to get past these kids. Hope they don't say nothing to me. Joe, don't look at the kids. Just keep it moving. And as I get closer to these 2 kids, the one kid on the bicycle actually goes past me and then turns around. It's almost like the police. This guy busted a U-turn and got right behind me. I'm a little worried about this. I'm like, what's this kid doing behind me, right? He's probably making fun of me, I swear. Don't turn around, Joe. Don't even look at him. Don't pay him no mind. They 10-year-old bullies in the neighborhood. I got one kid on a bike following me, and I'm quickly approaching the second child. And I'm trying not to pay this no mind. I'm thinking about the fact that my lungs feel like they're filling up with blood at this point. And I'm getting closer to that other child standing there in that yard. As I run past this kid, and mind you, I'm minding my own business. I'm trying to take better care of myself. I'm 36 years old. I need to be healthy. Minding my own business, I run right past this kid. And I look like a bona fide jogger out here. At least I'm doing the best I can to look like one. And this kid says to me, actually he yells out, something that'll probably stick with me for the rest of my life. Something that could have absolutely just taken away all of my motivation right then and there. I ran past this child. And as I did so, he yelled out, "You look retarded!" You look retarded! I got bullied while jogging by a 10-year-old child. And I'm not gonna lie. At that exact moment when I heard those absolutely piercing words, I was flooded with emotions, overcome with absolute embarrassment. First, hands down, immediate embarrassment. This 10-year-old little boy just said that I, a grown man, trying to take better care of myself in 2019, said that I look retarded. Folks, I was so mad. I contemplated just turning around. You know what, you little mother. Contemplated turning around first and going back and whooping his ass. I don't care if he's a kid. But then that thought immediately went away because I realized, Joe, you go put hands all over this child. You put the bung all over him. You know, somebody's going to come outside with the phone. There's going to be a freaking World Star watermark on that video. You'll go viral for all the wrong reasons. Grown man gets beat up by a 10-year-old. Probably how it would actually go down. He probably got way more wind than I do. His lungs is probably brand new. Mine's like a freaking 1965 Ford F-250 with 629,000 miles on it on its 4th rebuilt engine. I didn't want to take an L from a 10-year-old, so I just said, you know what? Just keep on running, Joe. Don't even listen to him. Then he said it again. I mean, I'm in the distance now. I'm in the wind. You look retarded. 3 times this young boy said this to me. 2019, you can't even be using the hard R. At first, I contemplated going back and trying to whoop his ass. But then I thought to myself, you know, I ought to go back and just grab him up by his ear. Take him to that front door, ask where his mother is at. Where is your single mother? You probably don't even know who your father is. But I already look like I don't belong in this neighborhood, so, you know, I felt like that wasn't gonna work out as well. You know, kids these days, some of them ain't got no home training. You can't just be telling this is stranger danger right here. You don't speak to strangers. You don't know who I am. And you know, words hurt. They do. It wasn't a very nice thing that this child said to me at all. And again, this could have absolutely deflated my sails, taken all of the wind straight up out of them, or definitely out of my lungs, with little wind was in there to start with. But you know, I wouldn't let that happen. I wouldn't let this deter me. Instead, I would let this motivate me. And it did. You know what? I know I look retarded. So what? So what? God, I can't even get past a 10-year-old. Get it together, Joe. We're running. Damn it, we're gonna run. And I would end up making another lap. A half of a lap, not another full lap. I would end up running another half of a lap. Having to pass those kids again. Who didn't say anything to me the second time that I passed, but now I got both of them laughing at me. You're a bitch. You ain't do nothing. I can just talk to you any old way that I want to. It's not what he said at all, but probably what they were thinking. Their laughter spoke on so many different levels. You know, I ask all of you, what would you have done in that situation? Would you have said, shut up! I'm rubber and you're glue! And I'll whoop your ass. I don't care if you're 10. Would you have told their parents? I mean, parents need to be made aware when your children are using the hard R. But me, I just did what I've done never. Not do nothing. I got punked by a 10-year-old. My God, I hope I never go back to prison again. I'll admit that I've gotten soft. That's okay. I'm free now. I've went from dad bod to looking like a pregnant woman. But eventually all of that's gonna change. I'm going to continue to work out, and I don't care how I look out there. I don't care if I look retarded, any of that. I don't even feel right using the word myself. I guess the moral to this story is, if there is one, you know, take care of yourself. And working out is something super important to do. When you're locked up, it's going to be a major way to relieve any kind of tension, stress, or crazy thoughts that you might have. It most certainly was that way for me. And whenever you do begin to work out, you are going to look a little silly, but push through that. And also push through the thoughts of wanting to quit. I almost was made to quit by a 10-year-old, but I didn't. I wanted to get this story off of my chest because ever since this happened yesterday, I haven't been able to let this go. And I've been having vivid thoughts about going and whooping this child's ass. I'm kidding when I say that. All right. It's something that happened. You know, it's something that happened. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Thanks for allowing me to share it. If you did so, please leave a like and a comment and let me know exactly what you thought about this. I'm trying to take better care of myself. I want to be here for more than, God, I'd hate to know what my life expectancy is right now with the current health that I'm in. But I want to be around for a while. I want to be around when, you know, we finally are able to travel up outside of this solar system. I promise I'm not going to get to talking about space stuff right now. Y'all know I got a thing for space. But I want to feel better about myself. I am feeling better about myself. I'm feeling way more energized. And if you're in a situation where you don't feel energized, get out there and run. And don't worry about them 10-year-olds. Yeah, they're bad. These kids these days are horrible. But there ain't nothing you can do about it without ending up on World Star. So just make sure that if ever you find yourself in a situation like me, you don't do nothing at all. I did the absolute smartest thing. I cried a little. I got mad a little. But I let it go. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!